G'day, it's Moose here from Regal Marine. I'm going to show you some of the more advanced settings in your sonar options on the GPS map 7476 series. This is a 7412 XSV. So firstly, we're in our sonar screen, right to left scrolling. If I press menu, as you can see we have our standard settings available on the right hand side. Click here to see the video that I've already made on those. But we're going to go to advanced settings. So I go sonar setup. The first one we have to look at is scroll speed. The scroll speed is how fast the screen is scrolling right to left. From ultra scroll, which is quite fast, down to slow, which is obviously a snail's pace. I tend to recommend leaving them in automatic, which takes the boat speed into effect. However, if you're at anchor, you might want to keep it at slow. The next one is the noise rejection options. There's quite a few here. This allows us to remove unwanted clutter from the screen so that we only see the sonar returns that are important to us. So the first one is interference. Interference reduces the effects of interference from nearby sources such as other transducers, power wires near the transducer cable, etc. And from here we can increase and decrease how much we can see. It's really nice to do in increments to see how much of the smaller objects is taken away. So I can increase the medium, etc, etc. We're going to leave it in off for now though. The next one is the color limits. This sets the bottom density that should be shown on the screen. So at the moment we're set at the very bottom, the deepest blue, which means anything denser than the deepest blue, which is all these little wispy light blue objects as well as our nice artwork, will be shown in the screen. So if I increase that, we're making it so that it has to be over this limit to be shown on the screen. So if I go all the way into this light blue, you'll see that all these wispy colors are now no longer present and we're only getting our dark, rich objects. This is really nice if you're in an area that has quite a lot of light, crispy returns such as sea lice, and we only want to see the denser fish beneath the sea lice or within inside of those clouds. For now though, I'm going to bring it back down to the baseline so we see all our returns. Press back to return. Smoothing removes noise that is not part of the normal sonar return, and it adjusts the appearance of the return, such as the bottom. So with smoothing, I can take out any noise that isn't a nice solid bounce back from a hard object. In particular, really nice to remove junk from around the bottom. So if you want to see crisp, clear objects that are on the bottom, such as trees, structure, you can see those really clearly and all your clutter around them removed. The smoothing works very well in conjunction with the interference. So usually when you fiddle with one interference, you'll fiddle with smoothing as well. So once again, incrementally it can be used to define harder objects versus your more wispy rubbish objects. Surface noise, it just increases and decreases the amount you see at the surface. It sort of removes the top 30 centimeters to a meter worth of junk. So if you have objects on the very surface that are full of kelp, weed, that sort of stuff, you can just remove it straight away by pressing hide. And finally, TVG adjusts the time varying gain, which can reduce the noise as well. This is really good if you want to focus in on various sections of the water column. So low, medium, high, we can use that to help skewer an object that's on the bottom so that it appears the same size as an object on the top. A fish at the very bottom of your fishing cone is only taking up a very small proportion, but the same size fish up at the very top of your sonar cone is going to appear a lot bigger. So to adjust that and to allow for that ratio to be a little bit more accurate, we can go low, medium or high on our TVG. So that's the noise rejection options in the advanced settings. I've been Moose, thanks for watching, and stay safe in the water.